I'm the Senior Marketing Manager here at Berry Insurance. I actually grew up right down the street in Hopetown, Massachusetts, but now I live in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So I started out my career in journalism. I actually went to school for journalism and business, and then I was a reporter for a few years for some local newspapers in the area. After that, I did public relations for a little bit for a senior living company, and then I found my home here at Berry Insurance. So I joined the team here at Berry Insurance in 2019. I was actually the first member of the marketing team here. Prior to that, Caitlin was sort of doing all the marketing herself as well as running the agency, so obviously she needed some help on that front. She hired me as a content manager at that time, and I was really just writing a lot of blogs, a lot of educational content, a lot of guides, email campaigns, doing sort of anything marketing related. And then over the past 3.5 years, the team has grown. We now have a video producer, a content writer, a community manager, and now my role has evolved as well, and I oversee them as well as the marketing strategy here. So I actually never really expected to work in the insurance industry, and to be honest, I never really had a desire to work in marketing too much either. I think mostly for the fact that my impression of marketing with other companies sometimes is that they can be a little dishonest or like salesy or inauthentic. But then when I saw the post for the job here at Berry Insurance and I checked out the website and I came in and sat down with Caitlin and interviewed, I was so surprised to see that it was different than any like marketing role I had ever seen before. I really love how Berry Insurance has such great values of education and really wanting to provide value to their clients. So that's kind of what we do here in the marketing department. We create educational content, we create value-driven pieces rather than your typical like advertising type pieces. That is one thing I really love about working here. The values are great, our mission is great, we're always putting our clients first and wanting to help them out. I also really love the team here. It's great to have such a small, close team. Everyone here is really aligned with the mission of our company and the values, and it makes it really easy for us all to do our jobs every day because everyone has the same goal and is really great at working together towards those goals. So I currently live in Pawtucket, Rhode Island with my husband Matt and my Shiba Inu Willow. Matt and I have been together for almost 12 years now. We met because he worked at a coffee shop that all my friends were going to at that time. So in my free time, I have kind of just like a really mixed bag of hobbies that I like to do. I really like the arts. I like reading, writing, I like painting. I also love film and music. We also go to a lot of concerts. Actually, at our wedding, we had sort of this little trivia game for whoever could, win the centerpiece. And one of the questions was, how many concerts have we been to together? And I think at that time, like 2.5 years ago, it was 64, and now we're at 78. So big thing for us. Also every year we go to Newport Folk Festival. We've been going for the last 10 years, so that's a big event for us every year. I also really love spending time outside. I love nature. I like going to the beach, snowboarding, hiking, golfing. I also tend to really like to bring the nature inside. I have a houseplant collection. I probably have almost 40 plants now in my apartment. So I mentioned before that we really like hiking. One of the things that Matt and I are kind of been working our way through is hiking all of the 4,000 footers up in New Hampshire, all 48 of them. I think we're only at like 7, so we have a ways to go, but that's one thing that I'd like to do. And obviously, as I mentioned, and as you know, based on my career, I really like writing. So I really do one day want to write a novel, at least maybe more than one if I can get the ambition, but that's definitely a big goal of mine, is to be a novelist someday. I tend to read a lot of classics. Like I don't do as much of the newer books because sometimes I feel like those they get a ton of hype and they don't really like stand the test of time. But I am in a book club, which has kind of helped open me up to some of those like newer, more light reads. But yeah, a lot of classics, a lot of fiction. I do like nonfiction and memoirs on audio a lot because I like a lot of times they'll like read their own story and it's a good format for it. Oh, and I also really like classic movies too. Like I tend to like good classic books and classic movies. Like the Turner Classic Movie channel is basically always on in our house. I probably feel most like myself whenever I can do something creative. So if I can get really passionate about a project, whether at work or outside of work, something I can really zone in and focus on and just kind of get lost in, that's when I feel most like myself. Kind of just when I'm doing anything I'm passionate about, if I'm outside in nature, or if I'm at like a really good concert that just makes you feel like, yeah, this is what it's like to be alive, like that's kind of when I feel most like myself. In the time I've been here, I've seen so much change here, so much growth, so many new people added to the team. So it's just been really great to see, and I'm excited to see where we'll be able to take it next.